here now with our friend Judith Sinclair, who is a teacher of English and who has been traveling around Latin America for some time. We'll talk about the kinds of things that most people will be interested in knowing, like what dangerous things, what risky things you have been or you have gone through, and were difficult for you to manage, or that you would not like other people to live.
Okay, well, one story comes to mind when I was in Nicaragua and I took my daughter. She was only 13 at the time, and we were coming into the city of Managua on a bus. And the bus driver said that he would help us find the next bus station because Managua has 4 bus stations. So we got to the edge of Managua and the bus pulled over and they had a taxi waiting for us. So he said that the taxi would take us to the bus station. So Sarah and I got in, it was an official taxi, I checked, and off we went. Only, I have a very good sense of direction and I soon realized we were not going anywhere near downtown. He was actually heading kind of out of town into the suburbs. So I started to get quite worried because I had my daughter, but I didn't want her to know I was worried. So I was trying to use what little Spanish I had at the time and asking the taxi driver where we were going and how long it would take. And my Spanish was good enough that he knew that I knew that he was not taking us the proper way. And then when we finally did arrive at the bus station, I was so relieved. And then the taxi driver wanted $80 American because he had taken such a long way. So yeah, I was not going to pay that. And he didn't argue. He knew that I knew that he was not going. But it was very scary because, you know, my daughter and I were alone. This taxi driver could have driven anywhere with us in the back of his car.
So that happened to you in
Managua, in Nicaragua. Yes.
So tell us about something nice, something good that happened to you in the same country.
Okay. I remember going to a place, it was a little off the beaten tourist track, but I heard there was a really good tour and it goes through a canyon with this river running along the bottom, and you walk down to it and then you climb through the canyon, climbing over rocks, jumping into the river, swimming, floating, and then you get kind of through the canyon and you have to take a boat down a little further, and then they had horses waiting and you could ride a horse back up to the top of the canyon. It was really interesting. It was a lot of fun.
All right. Yeah. What other country have you been to?
I have visited Mexico, but that was a long time ago. That was 20, 30 years ago. And of course, living in England when I was a child, I visited many countries in Europe. France,
here in Latin America.
In Latin America, I went to Panama.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I spent some time working on a goat farm in Panama.
Goat farm?
A goat farm.
What were you doing in a goat farm?
Well, I used to have goats. I tried. It's very difficult. I was very slow. Mm-hmm. So I didn't do much milking. I made cheese, goat cheese. It was really interesting.
Did you get kicked by any goat?
Oh no, the goats were very nice.
So nothing bad or dangerous happened to you in Panama?
No, Panama was quite safe.
You didn't get a stomachache because of the cheese that you ate or
no.
milk and you drank?
No, it was very quiet. I know what was when we were arriving in Panama, it was a little scary because the airport in Panama City is right next to the ocean, and you come in on over the ocean to land, and it was nighttime, and we came into land, and all of a sudden the plane aborted the landing and suddenly shot back up into the sky and turned and went back over the ocean with no explanation. And it was very nerve-wracking. We didn't know where we were going or what was happening. And then he came back around, took about half an hour. He's a big circle. Came back in, and then when we landed,
pilot never explained.
Never explained. And I think what happened, I think maybe he was a new pilot, because when we did actually land, I realized the runway was so close to the ocean, if you don't know what you're doing, we would have shot into the ocean, which I think was what was going to happen the first time. So, but that was the most exciting thing that happened in Panama. And that was the first, before I even got into Panama.
Near-death experience.
Yes.
All right, now in Colombia. You've been to 3 different places. One in Magdalena, that is called Guamal.
Yes.
Another town that is called Apartado, which is very apart from everything. And Manizales now. What bad things have happened to you in Colombia? Or has everything been like a fairy tale?
Well, the only bad thing happened is I lost my phone, which, not quite sure, it seemed like it was stolen. It vanished very mysteriously from a deck, which is difficult to get to. And I was lying right there in my hammock with my phone charging right next to me. After 2 hours, I got up to go in. There was my phone cord with no phone.
So it was stolen?
Yes, but the deck was not easy to get to. And I would have heard somebody. It was very bizarre.
That was a deck where?
That was in Puerto Colombia, near Barranquilla.
So you were on a boat?
No, sorry. I guess you would call it a patio. Yeah, in Canada we call it a deck. It's a patio set back from the road, not easy to get to. Nobody could see I was there. Yes, it was very bizarre.
Maybe it was a strange, as we call it here, an only hand that went and grabbed it.
Yes, I think so. Because we searched and we searched. We haven't seen anybody. I haven't heard anybody. But that was very sad. It was my last week in Colombia last year, and it was very difficult without a phone.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But other than that, Colombia is a very safe country. I feel very safe here.
The reputation that we used to have back in like 20 years ago, when you talked about coming to Colombia, what would people say to you in your home country?
They were very worried about me coming to Colombia because it still has a bad reputation abroad. People still think of drugs, violence when they think of Colombia.
Yeah, fortunately other countries are doing more of that, and we are kind of becoming second place in third place now. So what you have experienced in terms of the people, the food, the weather, what is it about Colombia that you have come to like?
Everything. I mean, talking about safety, so for example, when I was leaving Guamal and traveling to Apartado, it was very difficult to get information on how to get there. So I took a blind leap of faith. I took the bus to Mompos, and I knew there had to be a way across the river, but I had no idea really even how far it was or how to get there or anything. So I got off the bus in Mompos, and right away when they found out where I was going, next thing I know, I'm on the back of some guy's motorbike with my backpack roaring off down the road. And it says something about how safe Colombia feels that I felt I didn't feel worried. He said he was taking me to this ferry, however far that was, wherever that was, and I had
a ferry to cross the river.
Cross this river, the Magdalena River. Yes. So we did get there, and yes, I have felt very comfortable in situations like that. People are very...
Yeah, that was what I was going to ask you. How did the locals welcome you?
They are wonderful. When I arrived in Guamal, it was dark, and I couldn't get hold of the school. I didn't know where to go. And this lady that was on the bus with me, again, it was something that, you know, in Canada you think you would never do this. But she said, oh, come with me. My brother will take you to the school. And again, next thing I know, I'm on the back of the motorbike heading off into the dark with this strange guy. And again, I felt perfectly safe. Colombia feels very safe, very friendly. They welcome tourists. They are happy to meet you and help you.
And then from Guamal, which is in Magdalena, you went a long way to Apartado.
I did.
Can you tell us about that experience?
Well, it's funny because you're talking about the impression of Colombia being dangerous when I was in Canada. When I was in Guamal and I told people I was going to Apartado, everyone was saying, no, don't go, it's so dangerous.
But not anymore.
Yes, again, not anymore. 10, 15, 20 years ago, yes. But now, and there was a huge army base, big police base there. Again, you know, it's like any city anyway. There are places you don't go after dark, but generally, I felt very safe, and I travelled around the buses on my own and could walk back through.
And the people were also
And the
friendly.
people, well, they were. It was very difficult to understand them, but they are friendly. Yes.
Then you came to the coffee region.
Yes.
How different is this from the other beautiful areas where you have been to?
Well, in terms of landscape, it's so different. It's so lush and green, and being on top of the hills, you have beautiful views everywhere. Guamal and Apartado were both very flat, so this is just beautiful to see.
And what do you think about the type of weather that we have here, that we call put on your jacket, take off your jacket, put it on, take it off?
That part I'm used to because where I live in Calgary, it's very similar. It can be very cold, and 2 hours later, you're wearing a t-shirt. But yes, Manizales is a little colder than I would like. I didn't expect to feel cold in Colombia.
I'm going to change. You came from Apartado and Guamal, and I thought that being here, you would feel like, oh, we have air conditioning all over in the city. That's very interesting to hear. You've been to Colombia is a very vast country with many different regions.
Yes.
And it feels like sometimes like in a different country. We speak the same language, but we have regional varieties of Spanish, which makes it kind of difficult for foreigners when they're learning Spanish and they go from one region to another. The Spanish that you have picked throughout life here in Colombia, where has it been easier to communicate with other people?
Manizales, no question. In Apartado, it was so difficult. I met an Argentinian that was traveling there, the native Spanish speaker. He had a lot of trouble understanding them. So yeah, that was part of the reason I didn't want to stay in Apartado. It was so difficult to learn Spanish. I couldn't understand the simplest things, and they didn't understand me. In Guamal, I'm not sure because I didn't get a lot of practice. I think it was easier than Apartado, but my Spanish was so basic then, it was hard to tell.
Okay, and
Manizales is, they speak so clearly here, I can carry on conversations with anybody.
Okay. So, just to close, final note, if anybody asked you in Canada about Colombia, what would you say now?
Oh, don't hesitate to come. And it's so easy from Toronto. There's a direct flight to Bogota. It's 5 hours, I think. I think when more Canadians realize that how safe it is, especially, you know, Cartagena, along the coast there, Santa Marta, it's gorgeous. And Canadians like to find hot places with beaches. I think there will be a lot more Canadians coming.
And we have Santa Marta,
Yes.
Cartagena, San Andres, all these beautiful places. Well, Colombia is very risky. The risk is to stay.
Yeah.
You
That
decided to
happened
stay
to
here
me,
for a
yes.
long time. All right, thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing you